just walking by. Careless soul, no reason why. You feel the fire deep inside and there's a need to hide. I'm searching for our moment's tide. Faithful every choice we made and what I thought was mine. I beg for light to shine through. Like on that side, I can't explain what I believe when I look to you. I'll try when you were there. I'll find a place to hide.
Yes, if you welcome back to Not In My Lifetime channel for a match reaction to the Sunderland game on Thursday. Sorry I was a little bit late. I've been busy the last couple of days. It won't be me today. I think Bevo hopefully will come on later on. He's been busy at the moment, but I've sent the link, so she'll hopefully be here later on. But big up everyone in the chat as always. Obviously, smash the likes, obviously, if you're new as well. We just hit 1.3k. I know we've gone up and down recently, but I know we're just around it anyway. But big up to you guys. I've hoping to get to 1.3k. By the end of the year. I know it's not showing that right now, but it'll probably will show in the next couple of weeks. We'll start getting that back up there again. But big up you guys. Big up obviously everyone in the chat. I know Tone did a comment on there for some reason. I had to change the time because I was a bit busy earlier on. But a big up to Tone for comment as well. And also good to see him yesterday on Martin's stream yesterday. Big up to him. It's good to see him back on YouTube again. Hopefully we'll see him many more times to come as well. But just let's have a look in the chat. Big up, Adam. We're absolutely dog shit. Well, I wouldn't say we're absolutely dog shit. I think the finishing was absolutely dog shit. You know, let's be real. It wasn't great at all on Thursday, but I wouldn't say we were dog shit really overall. I just think the finishing was nowhere good enough in that game. But it is what it is, isn't it? It's one of those games where I think, unfortunately, some games will happen like that sometimes. Obviously, Arsenal, I know 7 points clear right now. That's right now. It's obviously 6 points clear of Villa right now, but it is what it is, man. Like, it's up to us to obviously turn it around if we can. So we'll see what happens. Big up DC, Happy New Year, Happy New Year, DC. I'm sure obviously Bevo will say Happy New Year too later on. Wade's obviously on the show. I'll send the link as well, so hopefully he'll be on later on. Till, big up. Arsenal 7 points clear at the top, and City look more likely to drop more points than Arsenal. City dropped too many points earlier in the season, not to win the Premier League. The thing is, right, I know you're right. People will say you're reactionary, and I probably would understand both sides of this. And I kind of get what you're saying. I think for me at the start of the season, I think I was kind of pressured into saying we're going to win the league, but I always thought second anyway. I always felt like it was going to be a lot to ask of this team to completely come back from where we were last season to where we are now. Don't get me wrong, I think we've done really well considering that poor start. It was a 1 win, 2 losses in the first 3 games, but I just think at the moment, you know, it's still obviously New Year. A lot can happen obviously between now and then, but I don't know. I think it's a bit too early to sort of say we're out of it yet. But I think we just got to just win tomorrow and see where we are after that, really. But yeah, I get people who are frustrated though. Even if City beat Chelsea, don't we'll close the gap. There's no title. Yeah, I mean, look, for me, right, Ryan Cherky's been unbelievable this season, but he's not Kevin De Bruyne. Not yet, anyway. Not that level yet, anyway. It's still a long way to go before you can start calling Cherky and plus like that, De Bruyne quality. Obviously, Foden's come back from a poor season last season. Haaland obviously has been a bit hit and miss recently. There's a lot of trials and tribulations to come for the City team. I think there's a lot more questions to be asked, obviously, a question to be answered, especially. So I think I think, look, let's see what happens. Obviously, it's still early days to sort of see where we are, but I probably would say I think top two definitely for me this year. I'm not sure what the title. We'll see. We'll see on the title anyway. Big up DCL. Thank you very much. Thank you. I mean, the beard's getting a bit too long, but my hair's getting a little bit longer on the sides. But it's so far so good. Hopefully this year. Hopefully we'll definitely sort of get it trimmed up, look a lot better. Hopefully soon. Big up Steve. Yeah, big up, mate. I'll be doing good. Have a good New Year, mate. Also, like they want more season. Well, I kind of agree. I think they do. I understand why. Obviously, previous years, obviously not last year. Pretty crap last year. To be honest with you, obviously Europe it was good, but the league that kind of just fell off last year. The year before, obviously, we were very close. I think at some point, right, and we've got to accept it at some point. Arsenal will win the league at some point. I think the way they're going, I know they're not being perfect themselves this season, but they've probably been the better team out of a lot of teams in the league this year. A lot more consistent, especially as well. I mean, even in the Wolves game, they were pretty crap against Wolves, but they found the way to win. Yeah, it was 2 own goals, and yeah, it's frustrating for us. Obviously, rather than drop points, but they still found a way to win the games. Obviously, Sunderland for us, obviously on Thursday, couldn't win the game. So was it Thursday or was it Friday? It's Thursday, yeah. Look, I'm losing track of the days right now. Obviously, it's been a mad end of the year anyway. But yeah, I kind of get what you're saying, Till. But I think, like anything, like it's up to us to obviously find a way. So hopefully we'll do that. Big up Blue Armor, mate. Big up, bro. We'll get there. Yeah, look, again, I'm not giving up on anything. I think it's still a long way to go before we start worrying about title done than that. But I think what I would probably say we should do is focus on ourselves at the moment. Forget about Arsenal right now. Yeah, we're in the mix still. Obviously, win tomorrow is 4 points again, so it's not the end of the world. But we do need to get ourselves back on the win ways again. I think forget about Arsenal right now. Just focus on just getting the results again, getting the wins back on track again, and just get through. Obviously, the FA Cup. Obviously got Brighton as well after Chelsea. So we've got 2 home games back to back. So we've got to try and get 6 points out of 6. So yeah, for me, forget the league. If Arsenal drop points to Liverpool, brilliant. But I would think for me, it's just focus on the here and now. Focus on us getting the wins. That's what I do. Big up, Dash. Yes, my professor likes it. You're well, league. I'm good, Dash, man. I'm good. Obviously, look, Bournemouth didn't get the result, but I'll be honest with you, even before the game, I just thought it's Bournemouth away. Bournemouth been quite weird recently. They've been quite poor recently. I mean, I thought say they were better today, but the goals they conceded were terrible. Like I think it was very easy for Arsenal to get past them, and like that, it's just I mean, well, that first goal of Gabriel was just so easy. To get past the left back, and I think also the third Arsenal goal as well. The way sort of Saka went past his man, it was too easy for Arsenal today. I think I mean, a better team defensively probably made it a much harder game for them. It might be a different result, but Arsenal found a way to win, and it is what it is. Arsenal look like the drop points sometimes more goals. Yeah, I think they will too, Steve. I think they will. I do think they'll drop points at some point. I just think that it's up to us to drop as many as previously. So yeah, there you go. Poppy, hello, there's Poppy. Where is Bibby? He will be here. I thought I'd just start the stream a bit earlier today, but he will be here. I sent the link, so hopefully it'll be about 9 o'clock or early, depending on obviously when he's obviously free himself, but he will be on hopefully for the stream. And we'll try and do a few more other solo streams, or people obviously want to come on as well. It's more just like we're doing more. We'll also discuss more as well the charity stream as well. I think because me and Bev have been discussing it behind the scenes. I'm looking to do it not necessarily this month, but we'll try to work out obviously have the right time to do it. But I think that one's gonna be more something that I'm gonna be doing. So I might be doing that solo every now and again. So between now and obviously Dan, I'm going to do a few more solo streams. Maybe obviously of him coming on if he can come on. Obviously, him being a single dad himself, obviously he's obviously was very busy himself. Obviously, looking after his kids, so it's not always going to be easy. But you know, if people want to come on and have their say, and more welcome to. Obviously, if Dars want to come on, obviously let me know, mate. But yeah, it's just more just trying to keep the content going. Obviously, where we can. Then see Rodri though, incredible the impact he made. Yeah, exactly. DC. I think Rodri for me came on Thursday and showed exactly why he was a Ballon d'Or winner. Obviously he was before Dembele. Obviously he was Ballon d'Or winner. I think for me it just showed that the quality of that he offers on the pitch is exactly what we need right now. I think Nikuji's been brilliant. He's been fantastic, sort of serving in place of him. But we definitely needed to get the that kind of experience and that kind of ability back in the squad again. I think he really did show exactly why he is the player that he is. I think big goals from him will come hopefully, especially in his running. I think as we all know, like I think our squad isn't perfect right now. I think Semenyo obviously coming in. People are disappointed obviously they didn't get a goal today, but I feel like anything like I think Bournemouth today just had sort of moments of the game where it looked good, but not every player is going to be on it straight away. I think some players obviously are still adapting to obviously a new style of play, a new system. And that I think it was going to be a bit different. But I think Rodri coming back into the team sort of showed exactly what we've missed in the last few weeks, especially in these like tough games and big games to come as well. So yeah, I mean for me last season, I think he will stay. I think he'll sign a new deal. I think he will, but I think it's just about getting him obviously match fit again, which obviously is what we need to be doing. Rodgers looked good. He did look very good. See, very very good. It's good seeing him back on there again. Rodri leaves. We need at least 2 to 3 elite midfielders. I wouldn't say 2 to 3. I think he'll stay. I'm not worried about Rodri leaving unless obviously he wants to go. Then fair enough. But I just think that it's just about obviously getting him back fully fit again before doing a contract, which is fair enough. I understand the club doing that, so hopefully he can stay fit now for remaining weeks to come. Hopefully, remaining months to come. Obviously, the end of the season. Hopefully, that can happen. Now, let's go big up everyone in the chat as well. Obviously, leave a like as well, subscribe if you're new as well. Well, yeah, true, but I think at the end of the day, right, it's up to him. If he wants to go, he wants to go. If he wants to stay, he wants to stay. It is what it is on that front. Like at the end of the day, right, no players bigger than the club. At the end of the day, like it doesn't matter how much we stand or support certain players. Like if a player wants to go, he wants to go. But if obviously wants to stay, that's great. It is what it is. It also depends on him. As many should give the opposite. Yeah, I agree, Steve, on that one. I think Savinho for me. I mean, look, I actually thought he played pretty well against Sunderland. Obviously, he should have scored. Yeah, he should have done. But I think he got in some good positions as well. I think obviously he's injured, which is a shame because I think it is good to have someone like him in the squad. Sort of. I mean, again, people need to understand that he's still very young. I think look, the summer. Forget the summer, man. I mean, look, this whole like 70 million thing isn't true anyway. People are just going off like what Romano said. Just move on with it, man. Like he signed a deal. He's here. Let's back him. So look, Player FC has been a sickness in his fan base that has to go. Yes, you can have favorite players. Of course, you can. I have favorite players. Obviously, I like Kevin De Bruyne when he was here. So it doesn't mean you will blindly back him or nothing else, but you at least like are fair and be critical where it's right to be. I feel like at times, like some of our players just get given a free pass by people, especially Haaland as well. Like Haaland wasn't great at Sunderland. He was quite poor. So it's all about now just giving criticism fairly at the right times, because I think for me Haaland on Thursday was terrible. I think was terrible for his standards. I think he was nowhere near it on Thursday. I think Foden wasn't good at either. It doesn't mean I don't like them or don't rate them. Of course I rate them, but it doesn't mean that they both get free passes from me and Paul. Like they weren't good enough on Thursday. I thought Shaqiri was quiet. I wouldn't say he was poor Shaqiri, but he wasn't his obviously usual self. I think it was definitely a game that he had sort of struggled to sort of have an impact in. Big up Ash as well. Be a big up Ash. Good to see you, mate. Big game tomorrow. It is a big game tomorrow, mate. Massive game tomorrow. Hopefully we get the result tomorrow for sure. Hope so, Luke. But I just worry about the partner's new job and Sabaine's a surgeon. I'm just for him so hard. Just ask pet. Yeah, I get that, DC. Look, if he is to go, he is to go. I think at the end of the day, right, no players bigger than the club. Yeah, if he wants to go, then fair enough. But again, if he wants to stay, he wants to stay. You know, it's completely down to him. You know, if he wants to go, then I have nothing but respect for him. I wish him all the best if he wants to go. But also, I think it's up to him as well. If he loves it here as much, then I'm sure he'll find a way as well. So it is what it is. Hopefully, hopefully it works out for everyone in the end. Hopefully, Haaland and Foden didn't score something for us. Yeah, the thing is, though, Till, I think as well. Like, I wouldn't say it was individual performances or something. I think collectively it was just bad finishing. Like everyone, like no one can score. Like Savio was better. I think Savio for me was doing what he could. I think also has credit to Robin Ruffs for me. I mean, I enjoy. I'll show obviously the lineup quickly and sort of go through the game a bit more in depth now. I think, but for me, it wasn't as simple. It wasn't as I mean, it wasn't bad performance from Ruffs. I think it was just poor finishing that cost us on that day. Right, just gonna share the screen. Bear with me. Window. There we are. Right, so should be sharing now. Hopefully. Oh, hold on. Hold on. Bear with me. Hopefully, I'll show in a minute. Actually, to be fair, you can see it. I think that's fine. Right, so I'll show my camera being a bit weird here. Joe, it's fine for now. Right, so obviously lineups were Ruffs, Hume, Mukiele, Azarete, Cherkim, Getroida, Xhaka, Mayenda, Lefay, Adingra, and Brobby for Sunderland. For City, it was Donnarumma, Nunez, Ruben Diaz, Ake, obviously over Vardio, obviously because I think wasn't fully fit. O'Reilly, Bernardo Silva, Gonzalez, Foden, Shirky, Savinho, and Haaland. So that was the teams. So I will go over both. I'll go over both teams who I thought play really well. I think Sunderland. I think Robin Ruffs has been brilliant this season. I think for me, he's my. For me, Robin Ruffs and Donnarumma have probably been the best keepers in the league. I'm not having Raya as best keeper in the league. I'm sorry. The Raya glaze from Arsenal fans, rival fans is crazy. I think Raya's been good, but I don't think he's been as good as he was last year. For me, Robin Ruffs and Donnarumma have been the best two keepers in the league this season. I think Robin Ruffs, for me, probably best keeper purely for what he's been doing with Sunderland. But I think Donnarumma for me is a conversation for sure, 100%. I think both keepers yesterday, Thursday were brilliant, made some great saves in the game, and get both teams obviously in the game overall. I thought the Sunderland defence, I thought Mukiele and Alderete were brilliant. I think both of them sort of kept Haaland quiet. I think they sort of limited obviously us to sort of like chances and that, to blocking shots and that, and sort of making it harder for Sunderland. I think but sort of a lot of credit considering that obviously that Ballard obviously wasn't fit as well. So I think Hume and Cherkim will go. I think Hume and Cherkim were in League One as well. I think people can sort of confirm that for me or not, but I think Hume and Cherkim are both very good. I think Hume had a good chance, obviously, at the end of the first half for a header. Obviously, should have done a lot better with it. I think Cherkim was good as well. Now, a player that I like is obviously Getroida. Now, obviously, Xhaka obviously is a player that everyone's been raving about, and rightly so. Been very good this season, but Getroida for me has been a good player as well, coming in for Leipzig. Obviously, formerly at Feyenoord as well. He's just come in and done a very good job. You know, he's sort of come at fullback, come at centre back, and come as well at DM. I think he's been brilliant this season for them. I think it's really does show obviously that his level and sort of how far he's come as well. When you see sort of see him playing in that midfield part against Gonzalez, Bernardo, and Foden, I think he did a very good job overall. Mayenda, I like Mayenda. I think he probably should have scored or done better with his opportunity when he did. But obviously, Big Dom made obviously a big save in that game. Lefay was brilliant as well. Been technically brilliant player. I think he's been a phenomenal player for them ever since last season, obviously in the Championship. Adingra as well, was good at Brighton and very well at Sunderland, and obviously Brobby as well, a very physical menace as well. I think that Sunderland team overall, to a man, played brilliantly and deserve a lot of respect as well for how well they played. Now, what's your opinion about this Arsenal team? It looks simple to me, to be fair. They're playing really well. You know, credit where it's due, are playing brilliantly. I think they deserve a lot of respect for how the Arsenal fans itself are a bit different, but I think for how well they're playing right now and getting the results they're getting, despite not always playing 100%, that deserves a lot of respect. You know, Declan Rice been brilliant this season. As Paul, I think Erdegaard's come back into this Arsenal team and been brilliant. I think Saka obviously has been. I think Saka for his standards hasn't been the way he probably should be. I think he's been okay. But I would say he's been very. I would say obviously recently since back in the team, he's obviously got a couple of assists here and there. I think is it Madueke's done well since coming in. Obviously limited game time. I'm surprised. I'm surprised that Eze hasn't played much recently as well. I'm surprised with that because he's really good to start with, and some reason he's been out of the team recently. But no, I think Arsenal have been getting the results. I think I wouldn't say they've been perfect, but they're getting through the games and getting the 3 points, which what we're doing as well. Obviously in our games. Hold on, come on. In Marmoush politically in the summer, I think we should go for Soloff as backup striker. Yeah, that's a hard one. That because I think Marmoush for me, I think hasn't really given a lot of chances himself. He hasn't really played very much this season, so I would personally say hopefully I'm going to play even more after AFCON. But Soloff, I like Soloff, but let's see what happens out of it. Let's see obviously what happens really for that one because it's a hard one to recall that one. After a road misfortune, he went like, yeah, no, this is the thing though. I think this is the thing. I agree with you, Steve, but also I'd say as well on our part is that I think we've had our unfortunate moments ourselves as well. I think it's just down to who drops to these points. So hopefully it's that. Hopefully, we obviously get over the line. Hopefully we do obviously get better and improve in that area. But I would also say that I just think that it's the moment they just get doing what they need to do overall. I think they just doing what they need to do overall, getting the results and as getting over the line. And I know it's like it sounds obviously like it's frustrating because obviously you want them to drop points, but I think at the moment I deserve credit for getting over the line. So fair play to them. Wolves shot me. Yeah, no, I think I mean West Ham were poor. I think West Ham are going down this season. I think they look so bad, so out of it. I think obviously is it now they're looking at is it Bilic coming in to replace Nuno? It's just a mess at West Ham right now. It is a mess. I mean, Wolves isn't great. It still isn't great. I know Wolves won 3-0, but it doesn't mean that Wolves are obviously 4 points from last 2 is obviously really good for them, but they're still obviously not out of it yet. They're still what is it on 6 points only right now and nothing else yet. So yeah, it's a lot going on around the bottom of the league, but I think West Ham for me today just show exactly how bad they are right now. They look so poor. He did. Ash Big Don this was a point. He was brilliant that game. Absolutely pivotal for us getting over the line. I hope the City players watched it often win the game. I'm sure they have. I'm sure some of them probably have, and I'm sure that there'll be a focus on tomorrow's game about getting there. So hopefully tomorrow it is a win tomorrow. Again, I'm not too bothered about being 4 points behind. Just get the win tomorrow. Bounce back from that Sunderland draw and get the result. Based on Sunderland match, it is not fair. We did before it. So we can, yeah. Arsenal grinding out results this season. They're desperate to win the league. If City are moving like a team that wants to win the season, that's different. Well, Till as well, mate. I think also is that we're also coming back from last season. Last season, mentally and physically, and all across the board, we were nowhere near it last season. And I think it's just one of those things where we're still a team learning and developing and getting there. I think it was going to be a tough ask for us to be where we are right now and challenge for the league. I mean, I've been quite fortunate that Liverpool have been so poor this year and fell off when it fell off. I think Arsenal have just been sort of getting the wins in. Like again, not been unbelievably insane, but they're getting the 3 points and getting over the line. And that's what we need to be doing. I mean, I think it's just one of those things where I think we're doing quite well considering where we are right now. And again, obviously, I want to be obviously doing better and competing too. But I think it's just one of those things where we've got a long way to go as a club and as a team, sort of get back to where we were again. I think it will take time, but again, I think it's fine to sort of be patient with this team and sort of give them a little bit of time and understanding, sort of understanding the system, understanding the new way of playing. We're about to see, yeah. That's probably where I'm at anyway. I hope to see seeing what Arsenal win, but at least 4 elite players. I wouldn't. The thing is, though, Till, like no player is guaranteed to come in and massively improve. I know that sounds a bit crazy to say, but it's true. Not every player works out at a club. Look at Verts. I know he's got a goal and assist recently, but look how poor he's been at Liverpool. Look at how poor Isak's been. Obviously, injuries and that kind of stuff. Look at it, like not every player works out at a club immediately. That's even a proven elite player. So. I'm not trying to sort of say it won't happen or it won't massively improve us, but nothing's guaranteed in football for sure. All his first win, yeah, is crazy. Yeah, I'm sure we'll. I'm sure we'll be there, mate, as well. I'm sure we'll be there as well. Big up formidable, mate. Evening, mate. I'll be doing good. I've always generally said, yeah, I know DC. I've got a cousin who's a West Ham fan. Obviously, he's not happy himself. I just, I don't think I've seen West Ham this poor. Even the relegation, was it in 2010-11? When it went down then, it wasn't as bad as this. Like it's so toxic in that atmosphere right now, and the board of the ownership and the West Ham fan base, obviously in the relationship they've got, obviously it's broken. It's obviously toxic. It's just it's a really bad place right now at West Ham. It's really sad to see how far obviously they've fallen as a club since obviously the Conference League win. Yeah, it's a real shame. The way I see it, it's much better for us tomorrow. Chelsea are just a mess at the moment. Dropping 5 points in the last few games is not on. It will put us in a position where yeah, no, I agree on that one. I think for me, if you want to win the league, win tomorrow. Like, because look, 4 points is nothing at all. It's nothing. It really is nothing at all. I think as long as you sort of stay in the pack and sort of wait for a draw to happen for Arsenal, you get your win, and it's fine. But it's completely down to obviously how we react and how we show and how we get over the line tomorrow. Again, Chelsea won't be terrible, but it's just, I think it's just, again, it's about getting over the line, getting the 3 points. We both said to get relegated. Well, we'll see on that one. I mean, I imagine he'll probably sort of do his best he can with the club, but I think for his career, he might have to leave. We'll see what happens. Luke, may I ask what's going to be on to Football Terrace? I mean, look, to be honest, mate, it is what it. I mean, I get invited on. I say what I say, and I go off. I get people obviously critique it, and I understand it. I mean, I'm critical myself, obviously, of people that obviously fans that go on there, but at the end of the day, right, it's a game of opinions. At the end of the day, and I'm not sort of afraid to sort of say how I feel about things, and I'm not going to sort of try and be overreactionary and over the top about what we play poorly in that, but. I like going on every now and again and sort of having my say. I don't want it every single time, but it's something to do every now and again, and sort of I mean, I know some people understand it, but I don't mind doing it personally. But a little is more right. Obviously, everyone's just so too nice. Why keeps on winning? Yeah, no, I know. I mean, look, to be fair, right? I mean, when you're like as popular as he is right now, obviously being in social media, obviously a sphere and that, obviously being so popular and that, obviously arrogance was going to set in at some point. Yeah, I think it's kind of it is surprising to see obviously where he is right now. And saying what he's saying obviously was quite mad, but it's when you're that young, 17 years old, is it 18 years old, and in the limelight that much. Yeah, it can be a lot, and it can be a lot on the ego for sure. But his opinions don't have very well with City fan base. There's Hamza, I'm going to assume, mate. I'm going to assume. I imagine you probably put Hamza there, but look, Hamza's Hamza, mate. At the end of the day, right, I'm not afraid to sort of disagree with him, but if he wants to be what wants to be, mate, this one wants to be. Look, the thing is, right, you can't change people and. Oh, sorry, Terry. Yeah, I know, but look, at the end of the day, right? I'm not. I mean, for me personally, right? Look, I'm not. Part of the channel. I just go on like Couch does every now and again. Like Couch does, and obviously Elby goes on obviously his own show on that. It's more just to go on there every now and again, mate. But I understand people who obviously critique them. Again, I'm not on there all the time, and that it's not like I'm sort of on there permanently as a thing. It's just when I'm if I could go every now and again, I will. But that's just how it is, mate. I'm not going to sort of change differently. Not just talking about City. It should be hard, no, done for me. But that's personally, and it's coming from a guy who my Christian actually follows. By the way, I don't know why he follows me on Twitter, but he does. But it is what it is. But for me, I agree. I do prefer it should be Hart and Aiden for me. I think they both speak very well of the club for sure. Right, let's get back onto the Sunderland game. So obviously our team, obviously for the game, I'll comment on all the players and give my thoughts on that. But I'll start the keeper. I think I thought Donnarumma was exceptional again. Some big saves, big moments, obviously against is it Brobby. Mayenda and that as well. And obviously he made some big saves for us in that game. I think without him, it could have very easily been a 1-0 loss. A la 2012, G-Dong won. If you know, obviously that game when we lost 1-0 in 11-12. Yeah, that was a mad game that was. But thankfully for having the Rimmer and goal was massive. Obviously keeping us a clean sheet. I thought Nunez was good. I thought our defense actually did pretty well. I think O'Reilly wasn't at his best, and I think for me it's probably why we need Aït-Nouri back. But then again, Aït-Nouri just got injured again, which is so frustrating because it'd be nice to have someone like Aït-Nouri back in the squad again and competing with O'Reilly to sort of for that left back spot. So hopefully he's not out for too long, Aït-Nouri, but we'll see what happens on that on there really. I thought Diaz and Ake were great. For both of them did a very good job. So for both of them sort of controlled. And I think Ake obviously got injured at the start of the game, but he sort of recovered very well and sort of defended brilliantly in that game. I know obviously he didn't want to move away, and if he is to go, he is to go. I wish him all the best if he is to go anywhere else. But I thought Ake came in Vardio really well and did a very good job. And things deserves a lot of respect, especially Diaz as well. Now, the midfield for me, I thought Nico G did a good job first half, but I think second half, obviously, Rodri came in and was exceptional. I think Foden and Bernardo Silva, obviously, I think Bernardo Silva was at his best, but I wouldn't say he was at full. I think there was no individual player that was a letdown. I think it was just, finishing wasn't at it. I think defensively wasn't an issue. I think it's more just the fact that the finishing of certain players just wasn't where it needed to be on Thursday. I think that's down to lots of Foden and Shirk. I mean, Foden, Savino, and Ozzy Haaland for me are the other three culprits in that aspect. At least you can hamster in a way whether he's right or wrong. I mean, yeah, no. I agree. Look, I agree with that. I think at the end of the day, right, it is a game. It is a game of opinions, and obviously, if it is something that I don't agree with, I will obviously say it as it. I will say my view, but I understand the terrorist criticism. Obviously, for City fans, I do. But I'm not afraid to sort of say my opinion on that kind of thing. But at the end of the day, I'm invited on there, so I let my go on there and have my say. I'm not afraid to sort of disagree in that. Sometimes I'm maybe a bit quiet, but that's just how I am. So yeah. To my bottom stream, yeah. Well, Steve, a platform like that with the amount of viewers it has, unfortunately, you will get people like that who are obviously a bit different and a bit out there, but it is what it is, isn't it? I mean, it's some people are good, some people are obviously a bit too overreactionary. It is what it is. That's the way I look at it. But again, I'm grateful to be part of a good community of YouTubers who sort of go on there every now and again and sort of have their own channels. So, for me, it's more of a being invited on is a courtesy. I do appreciate being invited on, but if I'm not invited on, is what it is. I sort of focus on building this channel up, obviously, and building this community up is what I want to do. So. But if I'm invited on, I'm invited on. I don't mind going on. Norris back in Manchester. Apparently sick injured. We're talking about the City. Running his rest now. Yeah, well, hopefully he's fine. I mean, I saw some stuff obviously on his Algerian. It was a news thing. I'm not sure what it. I can't remember the actual name of the actual account, but I did see apparently he was injured, so hopefully he's not too bad. Hopefully he'll be back. Hopefully in the squad soon. Hopefully, so we'll see. But it'd be nice to see him back fit and sort of getting some game time for us anyway. Haaland dropped form sadly too. Yeah, he has dropped form. I think the people were right. Like you can't rely on Haaland, and you can't. Like Haaland's got to obviously get himself back on the form again. I mean, obviously, I was at the West Ham game. Obviously, where he scored 2, but he has got to get himself back in the form again. Again, I know he's got 19, but for a player of his quality, it should be a lot more than that. Which is crazy to say that for a player like Haaland, for a player, but Haaland's a different kind of player to everyone else, and he's got to do better. So hopefully he does. Oh, hello. Oh, bear with me. Oh, there he is. Hold on, the weird screen. Hold on, bear with me. There we go. There he is. Hello, mate. Good to see you. You all right?
Hello, mate. Yeah, good, thanks.
Good. I'll just sort of just
All
chatting the
good.
chat and just discussing a bit of the Sunderland game and obviously just general football chat overall. For just get out there. I mean, obviously Arsenal won today, but that's not a surprise at all to me that they won. But close one in
They
the end.
just
But
keep shafting results, don't they? They just keep shafting results. It's as simple as that. Like,
it's frustrating, but it is what it is. Isn't it? It's what it is.
well,
The
at the
way
end of the day, they are going to slip up at some point this season. They're not going to win every remaining game. Like they will get draws, they will get losses. It's
yeah.
just the same whether we capitalize on it. We just have to take our chances, and if we can take our chances, then we have a chance. that you look at it now, it's there's 7 points in it at the moment. If we win tomorrow, it's back to 4. If we beat Arsenal at the Etihad, which I believe that we can, we comfortably should have won that game at the Emirates. We didn't. We conceded a shabby late goal. But then if we win that game, it takes it down to 1 point. So they get a draw, we get a win somewhere along the lines. At the end of the day, it's January. The season
Yeah.
don't finish until like May. So
Mm.
and as you get further and later into competitions as well, that's where I think they will struggle. They're already pushing people like Gabriel and Saliba and Rice and these players to their fullest already. To the point where all three of them have had injuries.
Mm.
They're bringing them back too soon. They are going to get injured again at some point, I'd imagine. There's no reason why we can't capitalize on that, especially as you start getting into the later rounds of the FA Cup and later rounds of the Champions League, and we just have to take our chances, and if we can do that, then there's no reason why we can't win the league.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, I've seen that say about a winger from Troy. I think, to be honest, you're right. He's an 18-year-old winger. I imagine that's more of a we bring him in and loan him out again. I can't see that being a player for us. That's obviously that's a real change of nowhere. But I think any kind of player we get that's
The
young,
the other the other thing the other thing to take into account is you look at where the goals are coming from with Arsenal. Like their front three aren't really getting goals.
no,
It's
it's
the
Rice.
midfield and the defence are the ones that are getting the goals.
Was it Rice scored two? To be fair, Rice, right? He came back in and scored some obviously two decent goals today. I think he actually did pretty well today. Gabriel, though, I mean, he got
But
the.
that's
I mean,
not sustainable. You can't have
no,
Rice and Gabriel scoring your goals every week.
no, you
Like
can't
that's
for
just
sure.
not sustainable. Your midfield and your defense are not going to be the ones that bail you out and get the goals week in, week out. Yeah, there'll be games where the midfield can get the goals, like Rice, and there'll be set pieces where Gabriel can pick up a goal or whatever. But generally speaking, if your front three aren't doing the job, then you're not going to win the league.
No, exactly. Yeah. Software update. Yeah.
One
Well,
minute as
yeah.
well, sorry.
Holland's not been obviously at his level recently, but hopefully he'll get back to that hopefully soon. But when there's 2 goals and score goals, that puts him under pressure. Yeah, for sure. Obviously, everyone's happy to see you here, mate, which is good. Obviously, everyone's wishing Happy New Year. Well, I'll slip up. I mean, right now they don't, but the thing is, all it takes is one draw or one result, and it can happen to anyone. And Arsenal are invincible, and neither are we. No team is invincible. So I think anything can happen between obviously between now, obviously, and the end of the season. So we'll see what happens. But yeah, play Liverpool time against them. Yeah, well, Liverpool. I'm calling out a 2-1 Arsenal win. I think I always assume right Arsenal win the game. If they don't win the game, it's a bonus. That's what you do with any title race. The other team expect them to win the game. If they don't, brilliant. If they do, all right, is what it is. Go again. So they're playing the terrific match. So that was draw at the Etihad, but I mean, sure, yeah, sure, yeah, fair enough. Yeah, well, the thing is, medical. I'm not doing it for that anyway. Like, I'm invited on, it's cool, but it's not. It's not. Isn't something that I'm gonna do all the time. I'm not doing it for that anyway. So and with this channel, right, it's not about how massive it gets. It's about just chatting on here and just chatting to you guys in the chat. That's what I'm about. Look, it grows, cool, but it's not about that. It's about just building a community over time. So look, I understand what you're saying, mate, but for me personally, I don't really mind. It's all good. Can't see that dropping points soon. Hopefully they will, but I'm sure it'll be a random game. We expect them to. They just have to break down a lot, but team. Well, I'm sure we will. I'm sure we will, mate. Yes. Arsenal was scoring in goals. Yeah, look, mate. Everyone. Sometimes we will as well. Every team, everything could benefit from stuff like that anyway. But this is the thing, right? I mean, everyone's gonna have like luck there here and there. But as Bevo said, it's not about doing it all the time. If you again, you have to at some point improve and win your games by yourself. You can't expect the luck of the draw all the time. Sometimes you've got to win the games.
You can't expect your defenders and your midfielders to be bailing you out with goals week in, week out either. You know, if you look at their last God knows how many games, you know, the goals are very, very rarely coming from any of the front three, like at all. You
Mhm.
know, Eze's not played a single minute in the last 3 or 4 games. Like £65 million player that you won't even play.
That is crazy. Yeah.
Um, you know, you look at that, you look at their front three, and it's just not strong. You know, you say Saka, oh Saka this, Saka that, Saka shit. The guy doesn't get goals. He doesn't get assists. He does. Where you know, you look at how many goals and assists the guy gets. Like he's got like 2 goals in 2025 or something mad. Like or one
Yeah.
goal in 2025. It's crazy. Like you've got just a Swedish lamppost up front who just looks like looks like he every time he tries to pass a ball he's going to break his hip. Like the guy is just awful.
Mm.
So you look at it like you cannot rely on Declan Rice to be bailing you out with goals now and again. You know, in the last game it was Zubamendi. Zubamendi was bailing them out with goals. You
Mhm.
know, Gabriel it seems to be a constant with getting goals from set headers and set pieces and stuff. Like that isn't sustainable. I'm
No.
sorry because teams are going to find you out, and teams are going to are going to just like for example, like with Gabriel on corners. Teams have already started to suss that out, and they've just put two of the biggest men up against him. Like that is not sustainable moving forward. You're not going to win games if none of your front three are scoring goals. Imagine now, right? If this was us as City fans and we were watching our team, and for the last God knows how many weeks, like our goals just seem to be coming from like Gavardiol and I don't know
Diaz.
Bernardo Silva.
Yeah.
We'd all be sitting here going, "This is worrying."
Yeah.
Why is Cherky not getting a few goals? Why is not Haaland getting any goals? Why is Foden not getting any goals? Why is Doku not getting any goals? We'd all be like, "Oh, this is seriously worrying." Like
Mm.
when it only seems to be Gvardiol and you know I don't know Bernardo Silva that seems to be getting
Mm.
our goals. We'll be looking at that going,
Yeah.
"We ain't winning the league playing like that. No way."
Big up Tone, by the way. Good to see him on Martin's channel yesterday. First time on YouTube in a while. Good to see him, mate. Obviously, you're doing very well on your Instagram stuff as well. So big up to you, mate. Even lads, great show. Master likes. Both Arsenal and City will drop point. Yeah, they will. We'll drop points again at some point, I'm sure. It'll happen to us as well. It's a matter of you drop fleeced. I've never dealt. I've seen it, done it. People to reactionary. Yeah, look, again, it's just turned new year. Like a lot's gonna happen. A lot will happen between now and May. We've got the Carabao Cup coming up, FA Cup, Champions League. Much more to come. Much more to come.
This is what I mean. And what your Champions League and your defenders and your midfielders are the only ones that are getting your goals. You ain't winning shit. All you're going to do is just. The thing is, you're going to have to play Rice because he's the only midfielder that seems to be getting your goals. Zubimendi chips in now and again, like, but
Yeah.
it's rare that he scores. And Gabriel, you really think that they're going to win the Champions League by just pumping out them game after game after game? Not a chance. Do you think they're going to win the Prem, pumping them out game after game after game? Not a chance. Arsenal will inevitably probably win a trophy this season, but I think they will probably win either the Carabao Cup or the FA Cup. Do I see them winning the Champions League? No. Do I see them winning the Prem? No.
Yeah, I actually agree, Ash. I'll tell you this. I mean, for me, Saka was such a talented player when he got very younger, and I think he's literally playing every game at this point. And I look at him like, yeah, he gets the odd goals and assists here and there, but I think Saka's is starting to decline a little bit. People feel I'm chatting shit here, but if you actually watch him where he was a couple of years ago to where he is now, different player. He's a different player now. I think when you've got a manager who's constantly, like you said, mate, when he's playing Gabriel and Saliba, right, you two, you weren't fully fit, but you're back on the team again because I need you. Like Rice was injured for a bit, and he's back in again. It's not sustainable in the long term.
There's a video going round of Rice. I forget who it is he's talking to, but he's talking to someone. It might be like Jared Bowen or someone like that he's talking to after a game, and the camera actually picks up on him saying, "My knee's fucked."
Who's that? Sorry,
Like it picks up the camera picks up on him. I forget it's going round on Twitter. But Rice says, I'm pretty sure it's to someone like Jared Bowen. He says to him, "My knee's fucked."
My knee's fucked. Yeah, he's playing
He
through
says,
and injections to get him through. Oh, good, yeah.
he's all of these players are getting, but the worrying thing is they're being put on injections in January. They're not being put on injections, in early to mid-April. They're being put on injections in January. You think that that's sustainable for the rest of the season? When you're literally playing like 9 games a month? Absolutely not.
Big up, Tone. Big up, mate. Good to see you again, mate, as always. Oh, his camera's not gone. Hopefully he's back up a little bit. Yeah, but big up, mate. It's good to see you again on Uncunion Way. Yesterday, it's good to see you back on there again, mate. And I enjoy your Instagram shows that you do, obviously with Ozzy and obviously with Martin as well. So it's good to see you back on there again, mate. Good to see you back on there again. While Bevo gets himself back on there again, either on his phone or on the web, I will quickly sort of go over the rest of the team. So, looking, I think for me with Sunderland, right, it was just down to bad finishing. I know you can say, but wasn't didn't play the right way, whatever. And I get being more analytical on that, but I think when you actually watch the game back, we actually played pretty well. I'd say overall. I know Sunderland had their moments and chances, but I just think it wasn't that bad. I think it was. I think it was just one of those things where we just couldn't find a goal we needed for it. And sometimes it'll happen sometimes, sadly. If I don't just started the game, I mean, I get why he didn't start. Obviously, he wasn't fully fit apparently, but obviously he did come on and did pretty well. But this is the thing, though. We have no idea, do we, right now, how we're doing fitness-wise as well, and seeing how where we are right now. So hopefully it's not too far away having obviously a fully fit squad. Big up SA for tomorrow, guys. I'm gonna later on, obviously we'll get to it later on, but I think we're gonna win tomorrow 3-1. I think it will be a closer one than people think it will be. I think obviously I think also the Zaka Baraska obviously won't help much, obviously, in Chelsea's case, but I just think that we'll probably just have especially at home as well, we'll obviously have the home backing this time as well, so we should be right to obviously get the result tomorrow, which should be good. New City, big up, big up FIFA, mate. Hope you're doing good, man, as always. Good to see you, mate. 7-0. I bet it's 7-0, mate. It'll be nice, wouldn't it? By the way, do you think Nico G is injured? I think he's fine. Apparently, I think him and Riley should be okay. One bit of news: I think Rodri talked about this month plan both part one new deal. Brilliant. That's good to hear. That's good. I mean, again, yeah. Well, this is what I mean, Tony. It's down to Rodri now to prove his fitness. Again, I have no doubt in my mind that if he's fully fit, he'll sign a new deal and stay. That's I don't doubt in my mind at all. It's that he has to get himself fit again. I'm not saying he should play every game now. Obviously, we've got Nico G for a reason, so you can still rotate both of them. You need to rotate both of them in certain games. But Rodri is our main player in the day. Like, if he's not match fit and can't stay fit forever, then he won't get a contract. Like, in football, like, it doesn't matter how big your name is. If you aren't delivering or you aren't showing that fitness that you need to be playing week in, week out, then you don't get a new deal. It's that simple. So, again, hopefully, obviously, it does get done. Hopefully, we'll see. Obviously, that deal will hopefully happen hopefully towards the end of the year. I'm sure we will. And but that's good news, though, mate. Good to hear that for sure. Moose Villa on low. I don't think that's going to happen. I think my Moose is going to stay. I reckon for us the rest of the season for me. Guardiola's late recently has dropped. I mean, yeah, but I would also say he's been good recently as well. I think it's nice. I think he's been. I think it's a weird one, Guardiola. I think he's been. I think a lot more hits and misses for sure. I think on the Guardiola, I would say it's a bit more. More positive than negative. But I do understand, but especially with Leeds as well. It wasn't great against Leeds, but I think he's definitely got better though. He didn't train service of cautionary rest. Well, look, if he isn't fit for tomorrow, then I'd rather him be rested for Brighton or for Exeter. Well, Exeter probably as well. So again, I think now that I've got Rodri back, hopefully we can now obviously see him a bit more as well. Well, obviously, 90 minutes probably has to be the case as well, but we'll see obviously who is fit obviously soon. But if he isn't in the squad tomorrow, then hopefully he's back very, very soon. But yeah, it won't happen for me. Not for me, mate. I think Rodri improved quite a bit yesterday. Oh yeah, 100%. He looked very, very good for someone who isn't even match fit yet fully himself. He looked very, very good. Gyökeres looks like a Hollywood star, movie star instead. Well, yeah, Jesus Christ, mate. Gyökeres made a touch, and I mean, praising him for his physical prowess rather than actually scoring goals as a striker, which we need to know that one really. See what happened with Kamara and Casper Vela. Oh, yeah, that's what I said to my mum today, Kathy. It's like the one time they don't have Cash and Kamara and Villa obviously don't turn up. It is what it is. It's frustrating, but only Arsenal, yeah, only Arsenal. Why can we get 30 million on Savinho competition? I think I said before, mate. I think that was real. I don't think Spurs ever came in for him. If they did, fair enough. But I don't think they did. I think this whole thing with Savinho, I think it's got out of proportion. At the end of the day, right? He's here. Just is what it is. You can't change it yourself. So you just look. You have to rate the guy right now, but he's here. So while he's here, you just have to back him and sort of hope that he massively improves. That's what I'm doing anyway. Yeah, that's probably what I'm thinking, Steve. I think I think with Rodri, you can't run into the ground after running Nico G into the ground. Like at some point, like you have to try and sort of find a way and solutions to give Nico G a chance to get fit again himself. So hopefully it isn't too long out. Hopefully it's a little game's rest here and there. Hopefully we're back ready to go for the Brighton game, but we'll see what happens anyway. If he doesn't get exactly, it wasn't a thing. Really good. Yes. Wonder when we get this many deals line. I'm not sure if Tony's in the chat still, but I think you probably agree. I think personally it'll be done on Monday. I think I think this is probably done. I just think maybe that they just thought maybe they're playing against Arsenal to try and get a result. I think, but I imagine Monday will probably get some news probably about that. Confirmation on Monday for sure. But I think it'll be good to have him in the tour. I think in the squad, though, someone like him in the squad is going to be huge because I think he offers obviously a lot more on the wings right now in terms of goal scoring. I know he hasn't scored a lot of goals recently, but yeah, better team around him. He'll probably do a lot better. But yeah, we'll see what happens anyway. But back to the game obviously on Thursday. I mean, I think when you look at obviously who came on as well. Obviously for me, it's big for me that Doku's back for me. I mean, Doku came on and looked so good. Like I know, obviously he's not obviously match for himself, obviously after being out for a few weeks, but he did look good and like very good, and also a massive improvement, obviously in terms of what we have on the wings, obviously, and sort of offered a little bit more threat as well. I think which was what we've missed, obviously, in recent weeks. But it's good to have him back in the squad. I mean, also it's mad, right? I didn't actually even realise that Sunderland had 2 players that came off the bench rather than we bought. Was it 4? Damn. It isn't often that you see Pep get out subbed by or under subbed by another manager. So that is obviously that is quite mad. So fair enough. He did Ash. Yeah, to be fair, that chance that Mukiele blocked, I genuinely thought that was going in. So I think we would have gone in anyway. So it's a shame it didn't go in. Wolfman just says when you played the last game. I mean, I think he has to, Kathy. I think obviously legally, obviously, and obviously how it should be. I imagine he can't say anything about the deal until it's obviously done. I think, as far as I'm aware, I'm sure Martin and sure Tony can sort of check with me here and sort of obviously confirm to me, obviously, messages and that. I'm pretty sure with a transfer window and a transfer signing, you can't like confirm it yourself. You've got to obviously wait for obviously the club to obviously announce themselves and for all parties obviously to sort of confirm. I think there's a lot going on in a transfer deal. It's not a lot. It's not like you can just go out there and confirm it. You got to obviously wait for obviously each party, obviously lawyers and that sort of get involved and ratify all the deals. So hopefully we'll get the confirmation of hopefully tomorrow or Monday for sure. So they're done. Hopefully Steve. Hopefully that is true. I'm sure obviously you might have obviously your own sources as well, but hopefully it is confirmed. It is obviously done. I imagine Monday will probably be the actual time we announce it anyway. So hopefully that is true. Shirky unlucky with passes off forward. Yeah, well, to be honest, I thought he actually played all right on Thursday. I wouldn't say he was at his best, but again, who was at their best really on Thursday going forward? I thought he should have got an assist for Savio's chance the second half for sure, but it's one of those games where it just wasn't good to go in, sadly. But I think when everyone's fully fit again, I do actually want to see how Aït-Nouri looks in this team for sure. I think I know obviously O'Reilly's been great this year. Been brilliant. I'm really pleased for him and proud of how much he sort of improved over the last year or so at City. But last couple of games he's been a bit off it, and I understand why. Obviously, he's 20 years old. He's not a left back. He won't obviously play at the high level constantly. You have to sort of keep learning. But I think it'd be good to have Aït-Nouri back in the squad fit as well, and also Marmoush as well. It'd be good to have a fully fit squad to choose from, sort of give more rotation, a bit more ideas, understanding as well. But yeah, I think it's definitely going to be good to have some more players back on the squad and ready to use and really able to use. Regards triggers, yeah, exactly. So I imagine we'll probably get this deal done this week for sure. They were playing in the cup game. I think I can't see him playing against Brighton. I think Brighton might be a push depending on obviously on when he gets registered. Obviously, I imagine Exeter will probably be his debut probably, and then probably is it Newcastle away after that. I think in the Carabao Cup. So. What is that? I mean, what's the actual fixtures we've got right now? Let's have a look. Hold on. Bear me, people. So we've got Chelsea, Brighton, Exeter back to back. Obviously at home. Obviously, I think 3 games have got to try and win, especially at being at home. And we've got Newcastle away in the Carabao Cup, and obviously United away, Derby Day, obviously, and obviously a few days afterwards. But we've got 4 days to obviously prep for that, which is decent. Then we've obviously got Glimpse, obviously Norway, which will obviously won't be easy, especially in minus 22 degrees Celsius, which would be crazy. Then we've got Wolves. Now Wolves, for me, Wolves should be a win anyway. But I think especially with the recent 2 games that they've got a win and a draw, we'll see how it goes there. But I think we should be fine either way for that one. And also after so we've got a respectable run of games, barring Chelsea, Newcastle, West, and we've got a fairly respectable run of games coming up where we can, for me, get all wins here. Look, Sunderland away was obviously frustrating, but I think we've got the squad here to at least get over the line for sure. It is a bit of a daunting one, but I think we can definitely win both games for sure. I think Newcastle away this season was more down to just, I think, defending just wasn't good enough, especially if what was it? Was it the second goal? Was it? That was bad defending, I think. But also, just going forward, just wasn't at it at all. But I think now that we've been to Newcastle already this year, I think we should be fine to sort of go there and get a good result this time. So, but I think obviously focus was obviously on Chelsea tomorrow. But I think it's just about getting the wins now. Just again, it's just the league. After these 2 league games, we've got a FA Cup game, and we've got a League Carabao Cup game, and then another league game, and then a Champions League game after that, and probably the Champions League. So it's no longer constant Premier League anymore. It's now Champions League mixed in there, and then League Cup, FA Cup. So this is where these games can pick and fast. This is where Arsenal, for me, might come unstuck. So it's definitely not. Look, obviously, win tomorrow is 4 points. That's all I wanted to do. Just get to 4 points and let's see what happens. So, but for me, look, it's just tomorrow. It's all about this game tomorrow. All about this game. Just Chelsea getting the win tomorrow. That's all I want to see. Just win the game tomorrow. So you're getting worried about Orange. I'm told him injured as a joke. So brilliant. I love that, Kathy. I mean, look, if he was injured, mate, but yeah, I mean, he'll be screwed, wouldn't they? But then again, what was it, Sesko and oh, geez, Sesko, man, Jesus. Look, knowing our luck, it'll probably score against us, probably touch wood. But he's been really, really, really off. I mean, our last chat, who's worse, Sesko, Gyökeres? I think for me, it's probably Sesko. I mean, Gyökeres is getting cooked a lot more, but Sesko's just gone under the radar. But he's been absolutely terrible. But 2 goals so far for United, which is terrible. We're still not there. No, we're not there yet, but I think we'll get there. Newcastle will be a tough one. It will be a tough one, DC, for sure. It will definitely be a tough one. I think, they'll want to be trying to get something this year. And obviously won the Carabao Cup obviously last year, so I want to try and defend their crown for sure. But for me, this Carabao Cup is huge. Because if we can get to the final, I imagine probably Arsenal in the final, that's a huge game. Because if you beat Arsenal in a Carabao Cup final, the mental shift you get from that and that kind of like mental win you get from that is massive. So we gotta get over the line for sure. That's what I want to see. Just win the games, mate. Chelsea needs to be wins. I think Sunderland was a frustrating one, but credit to Sunderland for obviously doing really well. But it needs to be a good result. It needs to be a win for sure tomorrow. I think it's you can't drop many more points from now. You have to keep yourself on Arsenal toe. Look, Aston Villa as well. I know Aston Villa are what is it 6 points behind right now. But again, if Arsenal drop points again, it's somewhat 4 points. I mean, Aston Villa are still in. I know Arsenal battered them 4-1, but they're still in the still in the race still. If we are as well, so it's going to be an interesting one. It's going to be interesting to see how these games sort of pan out in the next few weeks for sure. But yeah, I think for me, this is going to be a very interesting month, a very long month as well. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 8 more games to go this month. So we've got a very busy month. So obviously February, obviously we've got a few games here and there as well. We've got Tottenham and Liverpool, Newcastle back to back. But obviously we'll get to that. What was discussed that near the time, but it's going to be a very interesting few weeks, especially with always going to come and think apart. So we've got 1, 2, 3. We've got 6 home games and 3 away games. Sorry, 2 away games. Hold on. 1, 2, 3. Sorry, 5 home games and 8 away games. So mostly at home the rest of this month, which is good. Newcastle, like other teams, always dial up against us. 2 will be looking so much to see. Yeah, exactly. I mean, if you look at where they are this season, I mean, especially on them, if you look at where they are this season, for sure, they are currently 14th right now. Damn. So obviously they win tomorrow. They could go up to they could go up Sunderland. But obviously they will obviously drop their points as well. But it's mad. Like if you look at if they win 2 games, they're in the top 5. Like this is how close it is right now. It's mid pack. I mean, for me, Wolves, unless Wolves do the biggest comeback of all time, are going down. I mean, if they get 12 points and somehow turn it around and get out of the relegation zone, it's an unbelievable achievement. But it's a lot to ask for a team that just got their first win in game week 20. So Burnley look so not even a single win. Same West Ham. I think both teams look very, very poor right now. Even Bournemouth. Look at Bournemouth. You got a win the last 6 or 7. Like Bournemouth 1 point were up here at one point. Now they're all the way down in probably 15th. Leeds are doing all right. So Leeds obviously got mostly draws, but they're unbeaten obviously recently. It's crazy. A Sheffield City would have been out of sight by now. This Arsenal team are not all that. They're not all that. No, but you're right. Well, then again, the Treble City were a bit crap to begin with. Then turned it around. So it isn't necessarily obviously we weren't always great straight away. To be fair, but this table is just it's crazy. Like Tottenham obviously in there as well. Like a lot's going to happen for sure in this league. I mean, I can't predict. For me, top 3. I mean, Villa right now for me look very, very good for top 4. I mean, look, I know obviously it's slow day, but we look at like 12 points clear of Chelsea right now. And obviously they haven't played the games yet. The rest of them haven't played games yet, but 13 wins of Villa is impressive. Like again, if they got a result at the Emirates, they'd be right on Arsenal's case. So it's incredible away from Villa for sure. See, when you statement wins, we do definitely for sure. Yeah, physical teams always stand up against us. Diaz easily gets blue. Mine doesn't, buddy. Wow, I don't know about that one. I mean, to be fair, my Jarman, to be fair, is he's like a dead Diaz. He is lucky to be fair, Diaz, but I'm not sure who wears trousers in that relationship. Bloody hell. But yeah, no, it's a very very open season this year. I mean, I'm still not sure about where it's all going to be. I mean, I think Arsenal for me, obviously, for me, probably the best team in the league right now. For sure, definitely on form. Obviously, they've won the last 5. Obviously, since the last loss. Obviously, we've obviously drawn 1. So we've probably got the better form right now of everyone else in the league. But we've got to win tomorrow. We've got to win tomorrow for sure. Like, again, just to get above Villa, get second back, and just get on Arsenal's get on Arsenal's case again. That's what I want to see. Just get ourselves back in the competition again. Yeah, for sure. Let's have a look. So going back to our games and that. I'm just looking at this. I'm just hold on. There you go. It's loading now. I mean, I'll ask you guys as well. Out of these, obviously Chelsea aside, and obviously I think we'll win that one. But look at the rest of these games. Where do you think is the banana skin? Because I think for me, like obviously Newcastle will be tough, but Brighton as well aren't easy either. Brighton obviously are a very weird team with us. Obviously, either we're beating like 3-0 or they get a 2-2 draw with us, or 2-1 win. Obviously, especially at their places. They're not. Brighton are a very weird team for us. I don't know. Have we played them? I think United the way won't be easy. I mean, I know they're playing pretty shit, but it's still a derby, and the derbies are very weird, especially at Old Trafford as well. Where in the past we've lost 2-1 through bullshit means. So I'm not sure how that's going to go. That's going to go. Also, the luckiest team in the league so far, but the luck is a friend of it. Exactly. Yeah, exactly, Steve. Yeah, for sure. She's definitely a fickle friend. Even Chelsea's main threat, probably Palmer. It's probably Cole Palmer. I mean, obviously it's Neto as well, but I don't know. I think definitely it's probably Palmer for me. Oh, he's now back. There he is. All good, mate?
Yeah, all good.
All good, no worries. No, I'm just having a look at the fixtures, obviously, with the chat. So we've got obviously 8 games again this month. We've got 5 home games and 3 away games. But I think for me, we've got to at least be getting, I think, all wins if we can this month. For me, so Chelsea as well. So obviously Chelsea as well, including that above Brighton. But
yeah, so the Chelsea game we should win. Brighton at home we should win. Exeter, yeah, we should win. Newcastle away is going to be tough, but I think we can win that game. United away, no questions. I think we should be winning that game. Bodo Glimt, we should be winning that game. Wolves should be winning that game. I know Wolves picked up a little bit of form recently and got a 3-0 win against West Ham, but they're still Wolves. We should be beating them. And then the Galatasaray game is going to be a difficult game, but we're at home, so I think we win. I think the toughest game from the run of fixtures that we've got coming up would have to be Newcastle away or United away. Not United away because they scare me as a team, but they've been really poor in the past and still beating us. So in a derby, form goes out the window.
Yeah, for sure.
But for me, Newcastle away or United away, those 2 games there are going to be tough.
Yeah. For Nico, I think to ask Aziz's question here, because I think Nico G apparently he wasn't in training today, but if he's not in the squad tomorrow, he's not in the squad. I've obviously got Rodri back, which is good, but hopefully he's not out for too long because I'd rather not have another DM out while another DM comes back. Rather both fit.
Yeah,
ideally.
you also don't want to be pushing, or you don't want to be pushing 90 minutes on Rodri either, like straight away. You want to be maybe giving him 60 minutes and then maybe putting Nunes there for 30. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. No, I think it's I mean, this is what I mean. Obviously, one game at a time. Obviously, what we need to be doing, but this was said before about the running. It's been constantly
Oh,
getting
by
for
the
the
way,
past few
if
weeks.
anybody cares, Luke Little has just won the World Championships.
Yeah, I've just seen. I've been watching the darts while streaming at the same time, so I've just been seeing.
Yeah, I've got it on now.
Yeah. Now, look, so we won about the guy, but he won. So yeah, fair enough to him.
I mean, he is an unbelievable dart player.
He is.
He's only been a professional for 3 years,
Yeah.
and he's been in 3 finals and won 2 of them.
Not Luke fucking Little. Well, yeah, he won. He won.
Do
It's
you
what
know
it is.
what though? Like he do you know what? I wanted him to win because he is an unbelievable darts player. I don't like the fact that he supports United, but can't win them all.
He can't, can you? He can't. Like, you got Angry Ginger now. You got bloody him. Jesus Christ, man. Paid winnings. Paid winnings. Yeah, I heard that. I heard that bloody that bloody interview. It's funny hearing that. People were so rattled by that. I was
Do you
like,
know what's crazy as well? Do you know what's crazy? Luke Littler won the World Championships last year and took the trophy to Old Trafford. He's now won it again, and he's going to be taking the trophy back to Old Trafford. The last trophy that United have seen at Old Trafford was the World Championships. And the next trophy that they're seeing is the World Championships. Like,
oh
Man
my
United
God.
as a club have won nothing in between.
Yeah, if you don't know about this, Jay Talk Sport. He's obviously on LB panel shows or with Bevo a lot.
Yeah,
He was
what a lad. What
rattling
a lad.
Luke Little's mum on Twitter. I was like, "What is going on? What is he rattling?" Mischief, but what are you doing? It's like I'm just only Jay can do that. Only Jay can just rattle people like that.
Proper rage baiting. Yeah.
But I'm all for it. I'm all for a little bit of rage baiting. It's fun, and fair play. He absolutely rattled her. If they'll see, probably. Yeah, well, mate, this year especially, man. I know they're like sick right now, but bloody hell, like they are dire. They are dire. Everybody dire. They are, mate. Oh, yeah, but going on to Chelsea, I'll ask you this as well, mate. I mean, we should win tomorrow because look, Maresca, they're obviously look like they're in turmoil behind the scenes right now.
Do you know
but
who's the manager tomorrow?
it's the guy who was at us before Chelsea.
Isn't it Willie Caballero? Isn't he the manager tomorrow?
I think it's McFarlane. It's the under 21 manager. He's managing Chelsea tomorrow. The under 21 manager at Chelsea is managing. I'm sorry, right? Chelsea are a mess. I don't give a shit, man. They are a complete and utter mess right now.
Oh yeah, like a proper mess. They've got a squad that's not particularly that good. It's very deep. Like they've got stupid amounts of players, but the players that they've got are not very good. Like you can put together a semi decent 11, but like they're not great. You get rid of someone like Thiago Silva and you replace him with Tosin Adarabioyo, like from Fulham. Like,
This is Chelsea's
I'm
team, by the
sorry,
way.
but
That's the team. Well, right for Chelsea, no Caicedo tomorrow. That's all I know. They haven't got Caicedo. Wait, she's actually available for Chelsea tomorrow. I'm not sure. Who's actually, I mean, as far as I'm aware, I know Caicedo's not in the squad.
I'm sorry as well. But Liam Delap is a really bad striker. Like he is. I know he's an ex-City Academy product, but he is a bad striker, and they paid a lot of money for him.
Yeah, he's not done a lot, is he? He's got a couple of goals here and there, but it just isn't good enough right now for them. For someone who's
You've
been
got
at
the
Chelsea.
Argentine lesbian on the left-hand side.
Alejandro Garnacho, yeah. He'll be getting booed a lot tomorrow, won't he? He'll be getting booed a lot tomorrow for sure. 2-1, see if that. Oh, wow. Was it Cucurella out? apparently. That's massive if he's out.
Because he's been their best player this season.
He has been, yeah. What is that? I mean, right. So a team is tomorrow for Chelsea is so. Have a look. I'm not sure. So, Cucurella is he could return, but he has to be assessed. I mean, it would be a surprise. I mean, to be fair, if they force him, he won't be at his best for sure. It'll be probably like I mean, if he had to be assessed, I don't think he'd be playing for sure. But apparently, apart from that, they should be fine. But the thing is, like looking at that team, bar Caicedo, right? As long as you're not stupid, we should be fine. Like with us, right, and with us, right. The only way City lose a game is through ourselves being stupid. It's always us, like when we're letting stupid mistakes or drop the ball or like.
I think we bounce back from this because that Sunderland game, it did feel more like a loss than it did it felt more of a loss than it did a draw.
100%. Yeah.
I think we bounce back from that. I think it could be 3-4-1.
Yeah, I mean, because I think for me, especially, I mean, obviously that's Chelsea team. Obviously, let's go into obviously for us, obviously no Savio tomorrow. Probably Doku tomorrow. That's us. So.
Oh, I mean, no, what a shame.
Oh.
Oh, what a shame Savio's not playing.
Right. I'm gonna say Rodri plays tomorrow.
Well, if Nico G's not training, then he ain't playing, is he?
No, I mean Josko. So that's the team tomorrow for sure. Probably well, not for sure, but I imagine that's probably what we're gonna see. For me, I need to see more from these two tomorrow. Like last game,
Foden was not very good at all against Sunderland. Haaland was non-existent. For me, those two need to be hitting some kind of form. Like you cannot go missing in those kind of games. I'm sorry, you can't.
No, for sure. No, you absolutely can't. I mean, like, cause I mean, for me, right? I think the defense of me has been pretty good recently. I mean, recently the defense and keeper have been very good. I can't fault them at all. Like, I mean, even Nunez, I know he wasn't like perfect himself, but I think he dealt really well with the pressure. Something he did very well with it. So
Foden made some massive mistakes in that Sunderland game.
Oh yeah,
like you think when he picked the ball up, as he was sort of like in the left back position, and like he picked the ball up and passed it straight to their attacker. Like, what are you doing?
Yeah, just nowhere near it at all. Like I'm like Joy's right. I mean, I'm not someone that sort of hates on. Okay, I don't hate on players when they don't perform well. At the end of the day, right? I'm only critical when they're not good enough. But Foden, for his own standards, was nowhere near it. I know Sunderland played well, but you have to look at your own players. We're nowhere near it on Thursday. Them two, nowhere near it. Foden, Haaland.
I think Tajani Reinders needs, when he plays, he needs to stop being so selfish and going for goal all the time. You know, like there was an opportunity right at the end of the game against Sunderland where the ball was on his weak foot. He was getting taken away from goal. And rather than squaring it to Haaland, who had no one around him, he decided to have a shot.
Yeah, he should just
like.
If you can score it, cool.
Stop passing the ball.
Yeah. By the way, Kathy, he will miss tomorrow's game because I know that has been confirmed. He will miss tomorrow's game. He has too many yellow cards, so I think he got it before the actual cut-off point. So that means he will miss tomorrow's game. So there's no Casemiro tomorrow. Well, the thing is, right, for me, I don't compare Foden and David Silva because they're not really the same player for me. Not the same player. Like
no, they're not.
David Silva wasn't a long shot player. Wait, he also scored the odd banger, but he wasn't a Foden, was he? Scoring goal. It was more of a controller than he was actually a game winner. David Silva.
Yeah. most of Foden's goals come from outside the box.
Yeah.
I'm expecting a big performance from Turkey tomorrow.
Well, the thing is, for me, right, with Shaki, right, he wasn't even that bad on Thursday. I think he wasn't at his best for sure.
Turkey
I've seen
was one
way,
of our better players.
yeah, for sure. I mean, he should go. Look, I wouldn't say he was again incredible, but again, I think us going forward wasn't great. It wasn't just individual players that was. It was the whole team going forward just wasn't at it. I thought. I mean, I'll say it right. I thought Savio had a better game than Haaland and Foden did. Because he at least got on the ball, and yeah, he should have scored for sure. But he at least
Yeah.
got chances to score. Yeah, he should have not the better with them. But the reality is, he did better than Foden and Haaland did the whole game. We won't say that, but look, this is the thing with Savio. If he's better at finishing, he probably scores at least one of them. At least one. I mean, the one that was left foot, that rough save, was actually a good save from the keeper. So not everyone will. I'm not asking him to score every time he gets a shot. Just at least test the keeper or at least put it on target. That's what I'm asking him to do.
Yeah.
Haaland must have said he did. Yeah, Haaland, man, Jesus, man. I mean, I was at the West Ham game. And I thought he obviously got 2 goals that game, but he's been very poor recently. But quite poor
Yeah,
for
he
his
has.
standards recently. Like he's the greatest. I mean, for me, all the Ballon d'Or players, a bit like Haaland, Mbappe, and Kane, have been poor recently. Like, all of them started off
Yeah.
so well and just hit the wall. All 3 of them just hit the wall and not been the level. So
This is an opportunity now for Haaland to step up and continue his good run of form, because you can go 1 or 2 games without scoring, but we need you to be on it. Like you need to be on it. Like when the game when you know that in a game you're probably going to get little chances, like the chances that you do get, you need to be making sure that they hit the back of the net. You can't be missing too many opportunities, because in a game like Sunderland, where you're playing at the Stadium of Light, those chances need to be getting buried, because you're not going to get many more of them. It's
no,
not like you're playing, like Chelsea tomorrow. I would expect Haaland to have a lot more chances against, Chelsea tomorrow, because centre backs wise, they're not very physically strong. They're not tall, and I can see the Chelsea game being a little bit more end to end. Chelsea like to sort of play out from the back and play out, play with the ball. Whereas Sunderland are quite happy for City to have the ball for 85-90% possession and just stick 11 men behind the ball. So I can see Haaland getting a few more chances tomorrow, but you need to be burying them. If you miss 1 or 2, fine, but make sure that the next 3 or 4 that you have at least test the keeper or go in the back of the net.
yeah, for sure, yeah. And Ash, I agree with you. He was trying to do something. He was. I do agree on that. He was. I mean, it was. Look,
Every game, Turkey's trying to be that man, and I love that.
yeah, for sure. But again, but unfortunately, sometimes like the players he's with. So it's like for me, it's mad right how we're critical of him. I think rightly so, especially how he's playing. But Senior was probably our best attacker apart from Shirky on Thursday, which is mad because considering the level. I mean, I know we didn't score. I'm not glazing. I'm just going off what I saw in the game. Haaland and Foden were doing anything from what I was seeing. Where at least Savio was at least getting on the ball. And yeah, I know that's kind of glazed people without glazing. Well, no. For what Haaland and Foden should be doing, Savio was doing it more than they were, which isn't good enough for them.
Our best. I was just going to say, our best player against Sunderland by far, in my opinion, was Bernardo Silva.
But people, honestly, mate, people will hear that and think, no, he what? Because agenda, because people can't. People in this fan base, right? Not everyone, by the way. The real ones that are fans haven't got agendas. The ones on social media have agendas. But Bernardo Silva, for me, yeah, you're right. He was the best player on the pitch for us.
Yeah, he was by far, by quite some distance.
The thing is, though, it's why for me, right? I think I'm looking forward to having Marmoush back, because Haaland's dropping form has been poor, and if Marmoush was out there, right, Omar, you're starting the game. I wouldn't care, because at this point, right, Haaland's got to get himself back into form again, and Marmoush for me at the moment is something different. I would say, like, he's not a striker per se, but you can at least use him in a different way to Haaland, and he's very good at linking the players as well. Especially something like Shirky as well. Mamouche and Shirky and I think for me, I wouldn't mind seeing a Doku, Savio, Mamouche, Shirky team, because that actually be quite cool. Because I think they've all got technical ability, and I think it'd be quite good to see how it all mixes and matches together. Whereas I think Haaland at times, and we all know of Haaland, right? He's very good at linking the play this year. I've watched him. He has improved a lot in that case for sure. He's improved, but at times he has been missing at times. He doesn't, and again, he's still what, a young striker still. He's 25 years old. Still got many more years to go at top level for sure. But he's still not the level he needs to be at to be that elite top level all time player. I think he'll get there, but
he's not. He's not in his prime yet.
No, for sure. Yeah,
he's already achieved a lot in football, and he's not even in his prime.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it's again, and only get better and better for sure. They said the Haaland Messi he looked too casual about it. He should have been smashing it. Yeah. Haaland used to smash them chances in the back of the net. I think he has to start getting. I mean, a place to get, I understand, but sometimes you've got to just hit the ball at the keeper. Especially someone like Ruffs, who's good at making some big saves this year for Sunderland. For me,
yeah.
For me, the best two keepers on that in Premier League right now are Ruffs and Donnarumma. No Raya in that conversation, because that's Glaze from Arsenal sympathisers and that. And the amount I'm seeing of Arsenal fans and half season Premier League team of the year has got Raya in there. Like, what? What is he like? It's been more his defence that's carried him more than him in some games. It's like you did wrong. I like Raya. I like Raya, but he's not the best keeper in the world for me. It's Donnarumma. Right.
Yeah.
But yeah.
And the thing is, the fact that he's only one game, he's only one clean sheet behind Raya, who's leading at the moment, shows just how impactful he's been, given the fact that I think Raya's played about 3 or 4 more games than Donnarumma.
He has, yeah, and he's been brilliant. Sunderland, mate, could have been that. Look, I like Ederson, I do, but that Ederson against Sunderland, it probably been a loss.
Well, it would have been a loss, definitely. I think there's a couple of games this season that you look at and you think if we had Ederson in goal, we probably would have lost. You know, just take one look at the Fulham game. Yeah, we conceded 3, but I mean, it could have been a lot worse.
Conceded 4, but it wasn't. But if you watch the game back,
we conceded 4, but it could have been worse.
But if you watch the game though,
Leeds game.
That header was unbelievable. The goal they were scoring for them were unbelievable. Like, you know what? Like Iwobi's banging outside the box. Smith Rowe's diving header that lobbed the keeper. Sometimes goals like that will go in. Yeah. For me, that was more on us, not scoring more than. I mean, it's really 5-1 should have been done anyway. It should have even got to 5-4, but Fulham found a way to get 4 goals out of nowhere. It was a mad game. It was a mad game.
Yeah, it was crazy.
But yeah, no. Shirky is a match winner. Oh, mate, honestly, Shirky for me. If I had to say, mate, player of the year right now. Look, let's say Haaland out the equation, because I think for me, the goals were unbelievable. It would be Haaland right now. It would be purely on goals. But let's go.
Yeah.
Collectively overall of what they offered the team, I would probably say it's between 3 players for me: Haaland, Shirky, and Donnarumma. For me,
Yeah, I agree.
I think Diaz deserves a mention as well. I think Vardy has got better and better, but O'Reilly for me, young player. O'Reilly, young player. O'Reilly for me has been young player of the year for me for the season.
Yeah.
I would say Foden did at one point was doing very, very well. Recently, a bit quiet, not a level recently, but if he gets out of this sort of like little drop of form, then sure. But definitely not at his best recently, Foden for sure. He hasn't been at his best for a little bit now. Now, Luke, I hate Ryan, but he's more quick. But no, Ash, I agree with you. But this whole idea that he's better than Donnarumma and he's best keeper in the league is not to me, mate. Not for me. Like I watched him enough. I don't. For me, the reason I feel people don't rate Donna is because of who he plays for. It's City hate. City again. People don't like it, mate. But City hate is an illness, mate. In Premier League, people don't like us because of how much we've not the apple cart. That's all it is. Mamouche scored 1 goal. Yeah, Mamouche has been he's been a right Afghan. He hasn't played very much, but he has got a goal. Obviously, Egypt's been a bit hit and miss, but he's got a goal. Get me in that stadium tomorrow, mate. Liam, mate, agreed. Just smash and just get the win tomorrow. So tomorrow, mate, I'm gonna go 3-0. I know they've got Palmer, they've got players, but as long as you're not stupid, as long as you take your chances, it should be a very good game for us tomorrow. Would you start Reinders tomorrow? That's what I'll say.
No, because I wouldn't start him over Bernardo Silva because I thought Bernardo Silva was our best player against Sunderland. Although I do think that given how bad Phil Foden was, that I think Phil Foden could potentially drop to the bench. But if you're asking, do I think that Reinders should replace Phil Foden? No, the answer is probably not. I think Reinders will probably. I'd like to see Reinders come on around the 60-minute mark and maybe replace Rodri and sit in a double pivot with Bernardo.
Yeah. No, I mean, but I think for tomorrow, just 3-0 win. 3-0, or I don't care. A win would do. But I don't give a shit. Just win the game. 3 points on the board. Just get the 4 points, and let's go from there. That's what I want to do. Big up everyone, obviously, for tuning in. I've just noticed we are on, 17 likes. We're 3 likes off 20 likes. So if you get us to 20 likes by the end of the stream, massively appreciate it. Really would, obviously. We're currently at we're at 1.3k roughly. I know we're a bit up and down right now. People are subscribing and unsubscribing weirdly on YouTube, but I will say it though. I've hit it 3 times now. Big up you guys for helping us get to 1.3k by the end of the year. Our aim this year is to get to 2k. That is the aim this year. We're hoping to get there hopefully by obviously December this year. We do appreciate all the support. I know obviously we don't always upload it all the time, but when we can, we do love a chat, love all the banter in the chat as well from everyone. Even if you're an Arsenal fan in the chat every now and again, different fans of other clubs, we do appreciate it massively. And also, we discussed this as well recently. We're going to start doing more Premier League oriented content soon as well. So more like Premier League reviews, bit more football chat as well about transfers. Like it's not going to be. It will always still be a City channel. Still, it's not like City will still be our club that we'll talk about, but we want to try and bring a bit more to you. So you've got a bit more range of chat and conversation as well. So we look forward to doing that for you guys. Big up all of you for tuning in. Come on City tomorrow against Chelsea. Let's bounce back from front draw with Sunderland with 3 points tomorrow. I'm gonna go 3-0. Bev, what are you going for, mate? For tomorrow? Big up.
4-1.
4-1. Hey, but it's still 3 points in the day. That's all we want. There's 3 points. Win the game comfortably. Good performance. 4 points.
I could not care less if it was 1-0. Like, I really couldn't care less.
Just win the game tomorrow.
The main aim now is just to keep ticking over those 3 points because Arsenal will drop. Like they will drop points. Bournemouth haven't been great recently, and that was a scrappy 3-2 game today. I think sooner rather than later they're going to start dropping points. So right now, I don't care about performances. I don't care how many goals we get. It's just about winning games. That's it.
So a bit of Kathy. Thank you. Hope you as well. Obviously, new year for us, new challenges and stuff to look forward to this year. Big up DC as well. Yeah.
I am so glad to get a really rough year out of the way.
Yeah.
If anyone's seen my Twitter, feel free to have a look. It explains a little bit more there. But on to this year, and let's hope it's a good one for everyone.
Absolutely. New year, fresh start, much more to look forward to, much to get excited about. Let's bring it on. Bring up, guys. Have a good rest of your evening. Come on City tomorrow. See you soon for another stream. Take it real. Good night. Bye-bye.